Hello everyone, welcome to Cover 2 TV. I'm Steve Hoare, I'm with Tom Jennings. Still no Chris Pajak. Spoiler alert, we're recording this about 20 seconds after we recorded the last show. So Chris is still off. You've all seen it a day later, obviously. Week 10 preview, Jenno, lots to look forward to. Some absolutely great matchups. But before we get to our 4 games and then our spin around the league, quick update on the pick'em. Last week, you and Chris both went 9-4. I went a ridiculous 7-6. Horrendous. I took a few gambles, didn't pay off, and also I didn't change any. I should have changed the Texans when the Sean Watson's leg fell off. I really should have changed the Cowboys when Elliott got reinstated, but I just either forgot or couldn't be arsed. So you guys have done well, but still in the lead is Lee Reynolds by 40 points. So Jenno and Chris in particular are coming after you, and Harshall's coming after you as well, Lee. So keep up that good work. There you go. Here's your chance now to make some ground up on these. Unless Lee just copies what you pick every week now and then he wins anyway. It's going to use, but you and Chris both do.
Nah, I'm going to copy what Lee picks, so I'm going to tweet them cards out. When he got that week just full, like that was happy.
Yeah, I hope Lee's putting some money on these as well, by all means, because he's doing really, really well. First game then, let's talk the 3-5 LA Chargers travelling to Florida, the 5-3 Jacksonville Jaguars. A big game for the Chargers, and that they probably need this one. The Jags are flying, they're in a 2-horse race for their division now. The Colts and the Texans you can pretty much write off. Home game against a good team, not a great team. It's one that Jacksonville probably should win, but you can see reasons how the Chargers could get it done.
Well, I was looking at the actual AFC playoff one, because now it's weird actually looking at it, and I don't trust the Bills to finish in there, so I think they're going to drop out, and I was looking at who might drop in. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Chargers don't make that late run and it ends up in the playoffs in the AFC.
If they fall to 3-6, that's a big hole, isn't it?
But they need to somehow pull out a game like this that we don't expect them to win against a decent team like the Jaguars, who, you know, is still in the AFC South race, the game behind, or like part game behind, I don't know.
No, they're level with the Titans.
Yeah, but
they're behind on the tiebreaker.
Yeah, on tiebreakers, isn't it? So like the Jaguars are really, I can't believe I'm saying the Jaguars are really good. It just doesn't feel right coming out my mouth, but they are. That defense is excellent. They just keep making it better. And the hiding Bortles, I mean, how the hiding Bortles, I don't know, but they are.
He played well, to be fair, in the last game, he threw a couple of decent passes. He got Marquise Lee a couple of times, and he looked okay, he looked pretty good. He's not, he's played balls, he's not perfect, he's still a flawed quarterback, but they're doing more with him. I've picked the Jacksonville Jaguars in this game at home. I just think Leonard Fournette should be back, provided he gets his arse in to get off the field. And I think although the Chargers front seven is good, I just think they're going to batter them with Fournette, and at some stage he'll break one and there'll be enough. And then what I would say about the Chargers offense is that Phil Rivers throws picks. He's threw picks throughout his career, and this is the best pass defense in the NFL. There's an amazing pass rush against a flaky Chargers offensive line, and then you're throwing at Boye, and Ramsey's going to play. He's not suspended for the fighting issue. I would not be. I mean, I'd be amazed if they don't get a couple of turnovers.
See, I think the way to beat the Chargers is running the ball. I mean, that's what the Patriots did. That's what I think the good teams do. And I think with Leonard Fournette, and then as we saw, Ivory and Yeldon, there wasn't enough drop off to. So I think they can, because I think you can run at Bosa and you can run at Ingram. I don't think that both of them, I don't think either of them are great against the run. I think that's how you get them relieve the pressure. I can only see a Jacksonville win, which probably means the Chargers will win.
Yeah, I've gone Jacksonville's right. I think they'll win at home, and I think it might be a turnover. I think you might see a few turnovers. And the Chargers special teams just keeps letting them down all the time, whether it's missed kicks or block kicks or you punt return and running into the end zone.
Benjamin, I know you're fast. Do not run 10 yards backwards into your own end zone.
It's that type of game where I think the minute details will work for Jacksonville, because they're playing really, really well.
And then you're also travelling across country. Never rule that out. That is an issue,
west to east,
especially if it's west to east, because then you're like trying to have your dinner at like 4 o'clock in the morning. You don't know what's going on.
It's weird. Let's go the other way then. Let's go Dallas, travel to Atlanta, not as far a journey as we just spoke about, but the 5-3 Cowboys at the 4-4 Falcons. As we record, Elliott's playing, that could change. I mean, it is what it is, but I'll hold my hands up. Even if he doesn't play, I'm still picking the Cowboys in this game. But even on the road, I think Dak's playing at a really high level. I think the pass rush is working, and at the minute, I just don't trust Atlanta. They just look like a team. And I think Super Bowl hangover is a thing that's a bit overrated. They just look a bit confused. They look like a team that wants to be what they were last year, but there's a new coach in play, things aren't quite the same. I think Dallas will control the ball, even if it's Morris. It might be a bit of McFadden, it's probably going to be more Morris. I just don't, at the minute, I'm finding it hard to pick against them.
Yeah, I think what people don't realise about Super Bowl hangover, it's not an actual thing. What happens is your team comes back to the pack because you weren't that much better than everyone else. You just looked it for a season, and then you drop back to the pack because some things don't go your way, and that's what the actual hangover is.
And the NFL's designed for that.
Yeah.
It's designed to bring people back in.
Which is one reason I personally love it, because I love the party. I love the way you can go from being crap to great in a second, or you can just be great eternally like the Patriots. But yeah, so I think in this game, I actually agree with you. I would have picked the Cowboys regardless of the Zeke issue. But I just want to ask you this. At what point, because the Zeke Elliott, the thing is, it keeps getting prevented the suspension, but no one's tried to overturn the suspension. At what point do you think they need to just either accept it or not? Because he could be missing 6 games towards the end of back end of the season with this going on, or even a playoff run.
I think if my legal knowledge is okay, I think this is the week where it's either yes or no. If he loses this appeal, he can't appeal it again. It's kind of what it's nailed on. So again, by the time it's recording, you guys at home probably know this, but I think they should have accepted it from the beginning. If I'm honest, I think. But if they really think it's unjust, and like I say, when you accuse a guy of what you're accusing of and ban him for that, you can see why he wants to fight it. You know what I mean? It's not a great charge to have, but I think if he loses this, they might what Tom Brady did and kind of just reluctantly bite the bullet.
Yeah, like because that's what Tom Brady. That's he just went. You know what? If this is going to go on forever, I might as well just miss 4 games and then come back. Which, you know...
Sure. And like I say, Dallas, especially if they win this, if they go to 6-3, you might be able to go 3-3 in your next games without Zeke, and you're still 8-6, and you're very much in the mix. So, yeah, and especially because the defense is playing better. I mean, Sean Lee is fantastic. People don't talk about him enough when he's on the field, and then... I think people talk about him too much, but he is fantastic, but he's never on the field. And then, as we mentioned on the last show about like Lawrence and Irvin stepping up, so... Atlanta's offense, for me, they really, really need to just simplify it for me. They need to run the ball. There's enough there. Get the quick passing game going, and also just throw it to fucking Julio Jones more. It worked against the Panthers. Panthers' defense is a very good defense. Yeah. And I know Julio got open twice. They're 2 points that he should have scored. He drops one, Matt Ryan misses a throw. He's there, just use him more. And you can get after the Dallas second. He's good, it's not great, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a big Julio day, if I'm honest. But yeah, I still pick the Cowboys on the road. Yeah, I'm just going with what I think is the better team, and that's just the Cowboys right now. Speaking of good teams against not so good teams at the minute, the 3-5 Denver Broncos host the 6-2 Patriots. The Broncos have given the Patriots hell in recent meetings, if not all meetings and stuff, but they're coming off an absolute hiding after Carson Wentz. Can you see them bouncing back? I mean, I'm not saying what I'm picking, but I can't see it because they're designed to beat the Patriots. They have a great pass rush and they have a great second. I know it's just been destroyed by Carson Wentz, but one of those games. Patriots don't have J.J. in the backfield. I mean, they got Dion Lewis, who's emerging as the 2015 Dion Lewis. They got Gills. They got a few players, but none of them are J.J. So they are set up to beat the Patriots. But the thing that it's going to really come down to is, can Denver run the ball? Because that's what's gone out of their offense. CJ Anderson just seems to have disappeared. Is Jamal Charles injured? I can't. He's about. Yeah. Booker isn't very good, and it's all about if they can run the ball and control the clock. Then that's why New England sometimes has trouble against Denver. If they unleash Von Miller. Yeah. If they can't, then I think New England will play. I think this will be a tight game regardless, but I think it could be then a tight game when New England are just cruising through it like the way they have done in recent weeks, or it could go the way that wanted to go. But there is one team that is set up to beat the Patriots specifically, and it is the Denver Broncos. Yeah, for sure, the pass rush and stuff. The thing is, mate, they've got Brock Osweiler playing quarterback. They just don't score enough points. They just don't. I know they scored 20 odd last week, but one was off they strip sacked Nick Foles when Carson Wentz is having his dinner on the sidelines because the game's gone. I just think the Denver offense, even when it was struggling a few years ago, they had enough in them. They had a running game. They had Peyton Manning just about, when he was hanging on the end of his career, he was just about doing enough. He was terrible. He was throwing lots of ducks. But at times, you could be confident to get into 17 to 20.
Yeah,
you wouldn't be confident to get into 17 to 20 at the moment unless your defence gets a score.
Yeah, well, it was CJ Anderson was running really well, and it was him who run them past the Patriots in the playoffs. So I think it's all going to come down to whether they can run the ball against the Patriots or not, or whether the Patriots, well, not whether they can run the ball, but whether the Patriots can, whoever controls the clock and possession. You're going to know, I think, very early on how this game is going to go. But the thing is, I think the Patriots will win. I think it'll end up being comfortable, but it will be one of those games where people will say
it goes close to the fourth.
Yeah, and then it just ends. That kind of thing.
I picked the Patriots as well, to be honest. But like I say, I don't think it'll be easy. I think some teams are bad matchups for some teams. The Falcons are a terrible matchup for my Packers. I mean, everyone is at the moment, but the Dallas don't match up well against Green Bay. I don't think New England matches up particularly well against Denver, but I think the Denver offense is so anemic at the moment with the injury, with the bad line and with no running game that I would trust New England to get it done. Interesting game that I'm actually quite keen to talk about. Chris is near to the defenders team at the moment.
Yeah.
He doesn't really need to. They've got enough good defenders as it is. The 6-2 Minnesota Vikings travelling to the 4-4 Washington Redskins. Obviously, Vikings coming off a bye after coming over to London and handing the Browns a bit of a pasting. We just saw Washington struggle with one pass rush. They've got to go again against another very, very good pass rush. The difference will be, can the Vikings offense do more than Seattle did? It's going to be Case Keenum, I think, at the moment in time. In theory, they should, because while they are lacking some of the talent that Seattle have on offense, especially at quarterback, they've got a scheme that is working for them.
And they can run the ball.
McKinnon
and
Murray.
It's not a bad running back combination. It's all right. Both of them could be starting running backs for quite a few of the teams in this league, as well as Joe. And then you got that Cooks on IR, and he looked brilliant. So it looks like. See, if this game was last week, I'd have thought the Vikings are going to wipe them out. But then the Washington showed me something against the Seahawks, and now like. I'm like and on, but ultimately I've went down to the Vikings because I think the Vikings is just the better team. I think the defense could be too much for Kirk Cousins, and I think there's enough plays to get on offense. They'll get enough in case.
Adam Thielen's having a really good season. I've picked the Redskins, and I'll be honest, I'm not 100% confident. I do need to try and claw some picks back, and I just think it isn't. Vikings are a better team, but on the road against a decentish team in the Redskins. It's one I might be able to claw one back, because I imagine you were going to pick the Vikings, which thankfully I can see you think you have. So I don't know. I liked what I saw. Like again, the Vikings D is going to have a field day against that offensive line, but I'm hoping that you can say the flip reverse. You know what I mean? That the Redskins defense will hold on in a close game and maybe Kirk Cousins pulls something.
You're basically open for a Case Keenum meltdown.
Yeah, a little bit, and also that Rob Kelly runs the ball a bit better than he has done. He's been okay, not great, but. I'm trying to win a pick back here, mate. I'm too far behind. I need to go for one. So that is our main 4 games. So as is usual, let's go around the whole league. Let's start with the aforementioned Seattle Seahawks then. 5-3, travelling Thursday night, short week to Arizona. Seattle come off a loss, obviously Arizona coming off a win. Amazingly, if Arizona win this game, they go level record-wise with Seattle, and obviously they'll own this tiebreaker. Can you see that happening? I don't think it's beyond the realms.
It's not beyond.
I don't think Seattle are built to batter anyone at the moment, other than like the absolute garbage teams.
It's not beyond the realms, but again, Adrian Peterson on a short week.
After having 37 carries.
I'm not sure he's going to... Again, I keep thinking that my theory is that he's going to need like week on, week off. Like it's to get some juice back, and I think the 49ers were terrible. I think the Seahawks are going to win this. I think they're going to win it by the defense. I think the defense is going to stop Peterson and go to Drew Stanton, go and beat us. And good luck with that. I don't see Drew Stanton beating anyone.
I've picked Seattle, but I nearly picked Arizona again. I need picks back. I might even change this one. At least Arizona have got a semblance of a defence, and the Seattle have got no offensive line. Like I mentioned before, no running game. They're winning on Russell Wilson's magic a bit, and the odd spectacular play from Richardson, a bit of Jimmy Graham, a bit of Doug Baldwin. There's no sustainable plan. But like I said, the defence is playing really, really, really well, and 37 carries later from Adrian Peterson, I just cannot see him having that much effect, and that's where the game ultimately for me will be decided. But I think that one, I don't think it'll be high scoring, but I think it'll be close on Thursday. I think Seattle might just sneak it, because the game of the week was like an aberration. They tend to win those close games, and if Blair Walsh makes a few kicks, they might win this one as well. The weather will be nicer in Arizona, if nothing else, than it was in Seattle. 6-2 Saints, 5-3 Bills, another very, very good matchup in store. Can Buffalo bounce back? Can you see them slowing down and what's looking like a very, very well-coached, well-drilled Saints offense?
No, because I think the Saints are going to control the ball. When you control the ball, I don't know what the Bills... Because the Bills aren't going to get 2 or 3 drives and beat you with it. They need a lot of drives so that it might click with Tyrod Taylor and LaShawn McCoy, and then it might go so that they can get that kind of chunk plays when it does click.
They'll have Kelvin Benjamin.
And Kelvin Benjamin's going to be there, so that'll be interesting. But we've just been on the last show, we were raving about how Marcus Latimer's been taking everyone away.
He'll match up on Bell.
I can't see anything but a Saints win, because I haven't feared the Bills, even though they're in the AFC and they have the better record than the Patriots. I never ever feared them.
I've gone Saints, but again, I might change this. With these picks back, I agree with you. I think the Saints are going to control the ball. Like I say, at the minute, the Saints defense is beating better quarterbacks than Tyrod Taylor, and Buffalo's a difficult place to play. Even, you know, this is a Patriots fan, even the worst Buffalo teams have played the Patriots close, if not, never really done a job on them. But it's been some good teams who go to Buffalo and lose. I remember my Packers going there and getting beat when they were like flying and stuff. So, but at the minute, I think the pass rush and the coverage is just too good for Tyrod. And New Orleans, again, they're flying, and I think Drew Brees won't... He had a couple of turnovers against Green Bay, but other than that, he's looked after the ball really, really well. And I think Buffalo needs turnovers. They need a few extra possessions, and I don't think they're going to get them.
Yeah, it's all about... Weird stat is that Drew Brees does not lead the NFL in attempts. It's like the first time in about 10 years.
He's happy to run the ball. The Packers, 4-4 Packers at the 3-5 Bears, honestly. It could be anything. Could be anything. It's
I have changed this about 4 times. I can't decide, because I don't rate this Bears team, but they can run the ball. This Packers team looks broken, but it's Brett Hundley. And, you know, the time for Brett's playing quarterback is over.
I'm picking the Packers, but I think it might be out of loyalty more than anything. What I would say is that any good quarterback is going to beat this Packers team with Brett Hundley playing. So we saw Drew Brees beat them. I know at the time when he got injured, it was Keenum, but that was a different one. Couldn't really game plan for it. In a good defense is going to stop him, or a good quarterback is going to stop him. I'm not completely sure Chicago's both. It's a decent enough defense. But I don't. Again, it's going to be low scoring, and I don't know. I've just picked the Packers, but it's a. By all means, I'm not confident.
Do you know what I'm picking? Not to watch this game.
Yeah,
that's what I'm picking. But I've gone Packers, and even talking about it now, I'm thinking this is actually going to be a Jordan Howard game. I know. It says Packers. I'll tell you if it changes.
Yeah, reserve to change it. The 5-3 Tennessee Titans host the 3-5 Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals have to have this. They're probably out of it anyway, but they probably have to have this one. The Titans, again, win and go 6-3, level or better than Jacksonville, depending on their tougher game. I think Tennessee are going to run all over them, to be honest. And I think the pressure's going to... Again, the Bengals look like... You mentioned broken teams. They look like very much like a broken team for me at the minute.
Yeah, I think the Titans need to win this. They need to... These are the games where this is how you make the playoffs. You just beat the bad teams. You beat the bad teams, you'll end up in the playoffs, and that's what they need to do. Because I don't think Bengals are a mediocre team. I think they're a terrible team. And I think they need to... I can't see any reason why they should win. AJ Green, is he missing in this game? Or
no, they haven't suspended him. No, he's fine. He's going to let him play, which is... Yeah.
Alright, fair enough.
The ejection, obviously, you've done enough.
Alright, well, fair enough. I don't think it makes much difference anyway, but at least Bengals might do something. There might be some good play by AJ Green when they get beat.
Fair enough, yeah. So, Titans for you?
Yeah.
Let's whiz through the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Indianapolis Colts then. Can you see the Colts doing anything to slow Pittsburgh down?
Only the fact that the Pittsburgh Steelers like to lose against bad teams.
They've got to have to lose against bad teams.
But I'm still going Steelers.
In my other fantasy league, that one with my mates, one of the lads he's got Antonio Brown playing against this Colts team, and I think that's going to win that game. I think Antonio Brown's going to have an absolute field day against the Colts secondary, and this will be a major upset if the Colts can do anything. So yeah, Pittsburgh for me.
Yeah.
Jets at Tampa Bay. 4-5 Jets at the 2-6 Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I'm going Jets.
Yeah, so am I. I didn't even think about it.
No, I had Buccaneers originally, and then I saw that thing.
Winston's
He was
out.
definitely injured, and I went, you know what? Actually, what am I thinking? The Jets have actually looked like a good team. I've seen nothing from the Buccaneers since week 2.
Winston's out. Evans is suspended, although he is appealing it. Again, he might get that overturned. But yeah, I'm going for the Jets as well. I'm not picking the Buccaneers anymore at the minute, unless they're playing someone absolute trash. They're broke. They are very much. The defense is horrendous. Like, I mean, Mike Smith's defense, how that fella's still got a job in the NFL. He's never been that good in the first place, you know what I mean? And then they just look lost. They look like a lost team, like I say. And I think the Jets will win. Not because the Jets aren't built to win by loads, but I think they'll control the ball.
I think they'll just be like the Bills, where they'll dominate.
This could be a game that gets their cutter sacked. In that you get beat at home by the New York Jets and you go to 2-7. You might not get sacked now, but it's one of those, that'll be a game that sticks in an owner's mind and thinks, you know what, we're better than
Will
this.
that put the Jets 5-5?
Yes. Very much in the playoff mix at 5-5. The tank. Only the Jets can fuck up a tank.
Jets tank the season and end up with a better record than when they try.
It's amazing. That's Jets for you. 3-5 Houston travel to the 6-2 LA Rams. I really wish that Sean Watson was healthy because this could have been an amazing game of two high-flying offenses, but it's Tom Savage against Aaron Donald. It's an anemic Houston defense that it's let 20-odd points up to Jake what's his name? Jacoby Brissett.
Jake Brisbane. That's what you want to say,
isn't it? I've listened to the NFL. Jacoby Brissett. Rams by a blowout.
Rams by a blowout. Tom Savage takes the longest 3-step drop I've ever seen. If he went any slower, he'd be going forward, and Aaron Donald has the best get-off that I've ever seen. There's only one way that's going. It's Aaron Donald's who's going to take him.
Yeah. I have to go Rams and set that. I need the Rams 7-2. Amazing if it plays out like that. Speaking of amazing, not so much, the absolute toilet bowl game. Speaking of games nobody wants to watch, Jesus Christ. The 1-7 New York Giants travel west to go to the 0-9 San Francisco 49ers. I've picked the 49ers because they're at home and I think Garoppolo might play. The Giants are a mess. They are an absolute disgrace. And
they are as bad as Ben McAdoo's haircut.
Yeah, there's nothing. I can't think of anything better to say than that. So I've gone Garoppolo Rams.
If it's Garoppolo 49ers, if it's not Garoppolo, then
you might change it.
That says how the 49ers don't believe in their own team, and I might change it.
Yeah, that's how we go. And then finally, Monday night football, we get double Miami on primetime because who doesn't want double Miami on fucking primetime? The 4-4 Dolphins go to the 6-3 Panthers. I've picked Panthers, obviously. I think it's a no-brainer in that I just can't see Jay Cutler doing absolutely anything of note against this. What we mentioned before on the last show is a very, very strong defense.
Yeah, it's going to be Panthers all day. I think it's going to be a blowout.
It's going to be ugly. I think it's going to be a really... that isn't a good prime time.
I just hope I'm in work on Monday. That way I've missed that one as well.
That's going to be a bad game. We'll have to watch it. I'll have to catch you up on the show. That's a bad game. So they are our picks. Like I say, let us know what you think we got right. Anything we got wrong in the comments below. As I say, I'd love you guys to pick all the games in the comments as well. Please do that, and one of us will reply to you. Probably be me. Might be one of these lads as well. While you're down there as well, just click the little form. Takes half a second. There you go. Done it. There you go. Done it now. Thanks very much for that. I'm sure you're subscribed already because why wouldn't you be? But if you're not, again, click that button for us. It really does help. Jenno, been an absolute pleasure. Join us next week where one of us will be missing. Who knows if it'll be? It might be me, it might be Chris, it might be Jenno. Hopefully all three of us can get
Three
back.
whole new people.
Yeah, it might just be anyone. Just bring lads in off the street. Hopefully we're all back together to discuss what looks like a pretty decent week 10, albeit some crap games, some very, very good ones as well. That's been Cover 2 TV. Until next time, I'll see you all soon. Ta-da.